Cantor Fitzgerald's chief executive, Howard Lutnick, is with me. Howard, good to see you, sir. You're looking well.
Well, thank you. You know, I had great news today. I have non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, and today I had my PET scan, my halfway PET scan, and my doctor gave me great news that I was 95% resolved halfway through. So I'm feeling great, Richard. This is the best I've felt in a long time.
Mazel tov. That is the best. Look, you know, I don't care how the market finishes today. That's the best bit of news. But Howard, we do need, I realize with all that you've got, you may not, what's going on with this market? What is it really? I mean, are you worried? I suppose a man who's just got good health news isn't worried about much in the market, but you know what I mean. Are you worried that there's something nasty out there in the market waiting to take it down?
I think we all learned during the key parts of COVID, when the government spends $1.2 trillion, you saw what it did to the market, right? It saved the day, drove it up. You've got the government now just spent $1.2 trillion, and they're talking about spending another $1.75 trillion. My opinion, don't fight the government spending $3 trillion, right? We used to run deficits of $1 trillion. Now we're running deficits of $3 trillion. It is so much money. I think you're good till June because that is just so much stimulus. You just can't fight it, Richard. You can't fight that kind of money.
All right, you can't fight it, but the underlying economics, inflation, I don't hear you worried about that.
Well, no. Listen, you know, these things, you know, the economy is running on what? The world's easiest monetary policy by the Fed, right? Zero interest rates, the world's easiest monetary policy, and a huge stimulus package. It's like a Pulp Fiction, you know, adrenaline pump right to the heart. When that goes away, so the stimulus stops, right? This is the last one. Then it tapers. You know, am I excited about post-June? No. It gets awful scary post-June, but the adrenaline rush goes through June. After that, I think it's time to be a little scared.
All right, and that's it. So on Omicron, do you foresee basically telling your staff work from wherever you want for the foreseeable future?
Well, I think most firms are telling their people, go home, go home. I mean, it's ripping around the Northeast. You know, this is flu season. It's ripping around the Northeast. The best thing is hospitalizations are not growing. I think soon as people understand that hospitalizations are not growing, it's more mild. It's not this rough and tumble thing. I think, 4 or 6 weeks, we'll be back to where we were 4 or 6 weeks ago. But I think there's a pause of 4 or 6 weeks here where people are just worried, a little nervous. I think they're going to send people home for the next 2-4 weeks for sure. But then I think it's coming back. I think we're coming back.
You employ thousands of people. You have this problem. Not only do you want them in the office, but whether or not you basically say you get vaccinated or you don't have a job. Look, I'm not suggesting for a moment it's easy. I don't have to make those sort of decisions. Where do you stand?
Well, New York State made it crystal clear. You can't have more than 100 employees and have them work in your office. Either everybody has to wear a mask, and if anybody doesn't wear a mask, it's $1,000 per mask problem per day. And you can have thousands of employees with their mask below their nose and all sorts of stuff. Or unvaccinated people cannot come to the office. So it's very simple. Unvaccinated people cannot come to the office because New York State made it so. Each state, we go by the state's laws, but New York has made it dirt simple. You can't come to the office if you're not vaccinated. You have a big company, right? Because you just can't.
Howard, your SPAC-sponsored Rumble, which has taken on Donald Trump's Truth Social. Rumble is a video, an independent or neutral, it says, video site. Are you uncomfortable? I understand these are arm's length, and I understand that you're the SPAC sponsor and you don't run Rumble, but are you comfortable with? I get that. Don't before you bite. But I mean, are you comfortable with Rumble having Truth Social with the potential for all it brings?
I am, because look, neutral means you don't pick sides. I mean, that's what it means. So if Barack Obama wanted to come on Rumble, they would take him in a heartbeat. I mean, imagine you're going to have the 45th president, you're going to have the 44th president, you're going to have the 46th president. The key to being neutral is you take both sides. I mean, look what this company happened. YouTube started throwing people off, and Rumble went from 1.6 million users to 36 million in 1 year.
Right.
1 year. That is explosive growth. I mean, Rumble is going to grow massively because people want a neutral internet. You want to talk to both sides, Richard. People watch your show from all sides. That's the key. You don't want to just talk to one side.
I agree. That's what we love to have. Finally, with your very good news on your medical front, and it is just brilliant. You've cheered me up endlessly tonight with that. But as you've gone through this process, Howard, have you reassessed? Has there been a moment when you've thought there is, I mean, and I say this remembering that you went through 9/11, and I say this knowing that you have faced adversity and tragedy on a giant scale. But does this change you in any way, do you think?
Well, look, I learned, as you correctly point out, and we know together, that 9/11 drove into me. You know, you have to deal with people that you love. I want to work with the people I work with because I care about them and I know them. I want to spend more time with my family. I resolved all these things. I love what I do. You can hear it in my voice. You can see it in me. I love what I do. And if you don't love the people you work with, and people don't think of it that way, but if I took them all away, you'd cry like I did after 9/11. If you work with people that you like, it makes your life better. It's okay to work with people that you like. It's okay. I mean, I come on this show, Richard. I enjoy being with you. It is fun, and it is a pleasure to be on your show.
Well, wonderful news this evening. Thank you for joining us. I do like that painting behind you over your right shoulder. We'll have a proper look at that one day. Howard Lutnick, thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Richard. Way to go.